Today we're headed to Charleston, South Carolina.
Yes, more exploring. Today we're going to go and see the Magnolia Plantation, which has some really cool history that I'll share later. And we are going to check out the historic district area of Charleston and also to the beach. I believe it's called Isle of the Palms. I may have that mixed up, but I think that might be the name. Isle something, anyway. And looks like a really pretty area. So
And the plantation is a garden.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're in there checking that out, I'm going to be ordering trailer parts.
Fun times.
You're going to take the GoPro with you when you go into the garden?
I am. There's quite a bit to see in there. The plantation house is really cool, and it has been there for, I think, like 300 or 400 years, something like that. So really, really cool. So yes, I'm going to take the camera and see what I can see.
I can.
Okay, well, I've made it into the gardens, and so far so good. It's beautiful in here and very southern, very southern. I did have to have my temperature taken before I came in, but thankfully no masks were required, so I think it's going to be fun. We'll see what we can see. This is the conservatory. Lots of pretty flowers. Took a minute, but he decided to fluff up his feathers. Of course, now he's showing his backside. Show me the front, baby. There you go. Very cool. This is the river trail. It is a 1.2 mile trail along the river and to see the wildlife refuge. In its current state is a wildlife refuge. It began as a rice field, and it was part of what made Charleston the wealthiest city in the United States. I would imagine the camellia garden is amazing when it's in bloom. It is not, however, in bloom right now. Very cool history around the camellias here, in that this is where they originated into the United States. Made it to the top of the observation tower, hoping to see some wildlife, but so far none. I've seen a few birds, but not many. So my favorite book growing up was Gone with the Wind. You can imagine that being at a southern plantation is just like a dream come true. And the gardens have been just magnificent. They smell beautiful. It's still a beautiful place, and I can highly recommend a visit here. Wow. These are cool houses. Holy moly. So cool. I'm not sure how old these houses are. I read a plaque on one a few minutes ago that was built in the 1800s. So I'd say they're old. Making my way to Rainbow Row to see the colorful houses. If you like old Southern architecture, this is sure the place to explore. And they have the absolute coolest alleyways I've ever seen. I bet it costs a fortune to live here.
Well, we had an adventure. Actually, I think I had more of an adventure than Jody did because I explored the Magnolia Plantation, which I loved. Mostly the gardens, but it was cool to be able to wander a plantation that in my mind I was equating to Tara from Gone with the Wind. And so it was just, it was very cool for me. I kind of geeked out a little bit on it. So
Well, they do have some cool stuff that we saw on the drive in. They do have like a small village.
Yeah.
And they do have the swamp garden, or whatever they call it.
Audubon Swamp Garden, and I didn't do that. I could have done it, but I kind of wore myself out at the plantation, so we ended up not going there. But then we went on and went into the historic area of Charleston and got to see just a couple of cool old places, and then wandered down Rainbow Row in the Battery area of Charleston, which is incredibly historic. A lot of the houses there were built in the either late 1700s or early 1800s, and you wouldn't know it. They're amazing looking right now. So
the parking there is hard to find. Most of it's residential and 1 hour only.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have some kind of residential parking pass, and we didn't, so I stayed in the truck and let her walk around.
And then our last stop was supposed to be Isle of the Palms, but that beach was still closed, even though the internet said it was open. But, that's just the way it goes sometimes, especially right now. We still had a great day, got to see some cool stuff, and got out of the campground for a little while. So tomorrow we're gonna try to visit a state park near here and see what we can see.
See if there's a beach there that's open.
Of course.